because I understand the Great Reset, I have a different point of view that you're hearing elsewhere. If you heard people talking yesterday about Remington, everybody's missing the point. How can this happen, and what does this mean? Oh, the gun companies are going to be sued, et cetera, et cetera. That is not what this is about. You are missing the point. This is absolutely the greatest setup ever. Let me read this from the New York Times. The financial settlement is being paid by insurance companies that had represented Remington, which is in bankruptcy. As a result, gun industry officials said that Remington Outdoor Company effectively no longer exists, and that the decision to settle was not made by a member of the firearms industry. Gun industry representatives said the settlement would not set a pattern. This settlement was orchestrated by insurance companies, and it has no impact on the strength and efficacy of federal law, said a spokesman for the National Shooting Sports Foundation, a firearm trade association. The association remained confident that the company would have prevailed if this case would have proceeded to trial. That is absolutely true. But if you've ever been sued, the insurance company is the one that says, settle this case, settle this case. All right, this time there was no defendant, because Remington was gone. So it was only done by the insurance companies. I told you that this is the Great Reset. Insurance companies, as you see now in Canada, if you go up and you're part of that protest, your picture of your license plate is found, you will find your insurance canceled. That's not me saying that. That's the Canadian government saying that. Okay. So who are these insurance companies? Because they were doing business with Remington. Well, it was Ironshore, but now that's part of Liberty Mutual. Who is the president of Liberty Mutual? Tim Sweeney is his name. Recently, he discussed, quote, the challenges and opportunities facing society as the world moves towards the Sustainable Development Goals. That's the Great Reset. And the role Liberty Mutual and the insurance industry is playing at the UN World Investment Forum. Okay. Liberty Mutual just partnered with a tech firm called Security Scorecard, the only security ratings company to be honored as a tech pioneer by the World Economic Forum. On the board of directors of Liberty Mutual is George Serafeim, recognized as one of the most influential people in the field of sustainable investing. Professor Serafeim has presented his research in over 60 countries around the world, including the global leaders at events such as Davos and the World Economic Forum. The other insurance company, there were three, James River Insurance. Chairman of the board is Adam Abram. He is a left-wing political activist and member of George Soros's Democracy Alliance. Then there is Chubb. Nikolai Port, the steering committee chair, senior VP of International Council, and a contributor to the World Economic Forum. On the board of directors, Olivier Steimer, a participant at the WEF, World Economic Forum. Luis Tellez, also on the board, named Global Leader of Tomorrow by the World Economic Forum. Then the last insurance company that made this settlement is Swiss Re. Christine Mumenthaler is the CEO. She's a contributor to the World Economic Forum. The chairman of the board, Sergio Armati, is a contributor to the World Economic Forum. But what do these Economic Forum people really, I mean, they have no control. They have no power. Really? They don't. Okay. They are going to be the ones now that have set the insurance industry up for the ability to say we have to raise the rates on gun stores, possibly gun owners. If you own a gun, you know, it could be used, and then you could be sued and your insurance rate just has to go way up because now there's a precedence of settling for $73 million. Mark my words, this is what that is really all about. Meanwhile, a Vegas newspaper has blamed extremist Republicans for an attempted shooting. They were attempting to shoot the mayoral candidate in Louisville, Kentucky. Well, apparently, if you just waited for the fact, the person that is a, quote, right-wing extremist who had escalated hateful rhetoric that is leading the nation down a dark, chaotic path, and it is the dangers of talk coming from the right about civil war and political violence. He is a 21-year-old political activist. Yeah, and he's not really from the left. But this isn't stopping anybody in the newspaper industry, not really from the right. It doesn't stop the newspaper from, spreading dis, or malinformation. Apparently, the suspect was Quintez Brown, a left-wing activist. Yeah, gosh, this is a really problem. He is for racial justice. He's an activist working for the total liberation and unification of Africa under scientific socialism. Ah, okay. He was an opinion editor for the Louisville student newspaper, The Cardinal, and he is currently a candidate for Louisville's Metro Council. Okay, well, okay, good. Wonderful.
They say no publicity is bad publicity for a campaign, but it does feel like this might cross a line.
Yeah. He met last week with a representative from the Lion of Judah, which is a black nationalist militia group that believes black people are the true chosen people of God, not the Jews, and has ties to anti-Semitic black Hebrew Israelites. Brown appeared to encourage his Instagram followers to join the group. That's fantastic.
Well, he appeared to, which was by giving the phone number and saying join. That's how he appeared.
He's appearing to do that. He's not
to ask people to join.
He's not somebody that we should watch.
No. He seems very balanced.
He does not seem like, he at least is not one of those truckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or
true.
those
He's definitely not.
Radical Trump supporters. I'll tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, by the way, he is currently out of jail. He posted a $100,000 bail thanks to a fund created by Black Lives Matter.
By what?
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
So this guy wasn't a Republican extremist?
Well, no.
after all?
Black Lives Matter has had some problems, but they're cleaning those problems up now. Black Lives Matter is now being taken on to clean up the financial shenanigans there by Mark Elias. Mark Elias, you remember Mark. He's, he was with the Clinton campaign, and then he was the guy who, paid for and then shopped around and then help hide the fact of the Trump dossier, the Steele dossier. Yeah, that was him. That was him. And he also just formed a new law firm, the Elias Law Group. He was actually, I think, almost a whole break last night in last night's TV show, our Wednesday night special on who's really controlling the White House, all of the dark money. He plays a big role in that.
It's worth checking out, not only because there's a lot of good information and there's a lot of names you haven't heard before, new funds, new ways they're funding this stuff.
It's amazing. The
dark
amount
money,
of money is crazy.
But also just because it was really funny. You were just in one of those modes. Like, the sarcasm was turned up to 27.
I couldn't present that information. Yeah. At the end of the day, I was like, I can't do it unless I'm having a good time.
Yes, and I think you did.
I had a great time. Yeah. I had a great time. If you watched it last night, I hope you had a great time. You can see it at the Blaze TV. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and help us. blazetv.com/Glenn. blazetv.com/Glenn. Use the promo code Glenn and save on your subscription. But last night was really bad news, but very, very funny.
Yes.
Very funny. So watch it.